Hey you! So, today we have Aqua from the anime series, and I'm going to get this wrong, but it is Kono Saba, and I'm going to leave it there because it's a long title, and I know I'm not going to get it right. So anyway, let's jump in. First of all, I love the window display. You see what you're going to be getting with the figure. We see that there is a ton of different things. Like we've got her two faces, we've got her weapon, we've got her flower, we've got a fan, we've got the water moves. I thought all these would be limited edition, like, you know, they would come with her if you went for a pre-order. I think there is a pre-order bonus, but I don't know where. So let's have a look at the box. I really love this face. I really love that particular feel. That looks really funny, and even like the back of it, it's actually quite funny. So you've got the smiley face, and you've got the what the hell, and then the I didn't really mean it, but we'll kind of go with that one. And then we've got the figure here. So on this side here, we got her, and on the top we've got her with her fans, and then at the bottom the same thing. So let's open up this bad girl and have a look inside. So here she is. I've got to admit, I'm kind of on this figure now. We'll talk about it. I did notice that on mine, I don't know if it's on anyone's, but just under her neck, we'll see probably later on that some of the blue got onto her neck, so it wasn't properly painted. But I do like the colours of this figure. So I love the blue hair. It really kind of stands out. It looks to me very much like a Suna from Sword Art Online. So I was like, oh, it looks kind of very similar. I love the colours of the boat. I love the way that the white is. I don't know if it's on this one, but the kind of the collar looks very translucent. But if not, it's a very kind of nice, I'd say kind of grey, and it kind of really works well. I really like the blue kind of outline on the kind of her, I'm guessing the kind of collar as well. And I also really like here the arms leading into what she's wearing. It works really well with this sort of character, and definitely of a goddess. So I kind of really like the yellow with the blue with the white, and then kind of moving in here. Now I've moved it slightly so it's out of a line with the white stripe down here, but you've got the white stripe that goes from a bust all the way down. Now normally I do this in quite a few pieces, but we're going to do this part straight away. Now one thing that I did notice is just here on mine, I don't think you can see it due to the light, but when it comes out in editing, you can see that they've not really finished painting this. That is a very big blemish. I really like the skirt, because it's very ruffled, and it's something that I've not really seen this kind of ruffled wise. I really also like the kind of the see-through plastic on this one. I think it's slightly different, and again, I've never really seen a figure with this. When we come around to the back, I'll notice that the skirt is kind of like up as well, so it's not just kind of like, say, what we've seen in the past where it's just normal plastic. As we move down to the legs here, we can see that she's got the kind of like giant socks on with the blue band around the top, and then we've got her kind of boots, obviously with yellow or gold as it meant to be, but it kind of really works well. Leads all the way down into the kind of shoes, and it looks kind of fine. I thought it would be kind of like a straight kind of clear plastic, but it's not. You can see there's some ruffling here and around there as well, and I think this is really cool. When we come to the back, we see that it's a very kind of normal straight plastic. It's very smooth. We can see the ball joints here, and then we've got them here. We've also got the kind of like normal shoes that I would expect from this sort of character to kind of wear, kind of like high heels, which is fine. You can see if we move it slightly that they're normal, and for some strange reason I'm kind of thinking bubblegum crisis for them. Don't know why. As we move up, we can see that there's more detail, that the skirt's a little bit too short, so you can see her bum cheeks, which again, it was a weird thing for this. I thought the skirt would be a little bit kind of longer near the back. We then got our hands here, but then also we've got the hands there, and we've got the translucent going all the way around again. And then kind of at the very end, we see that the hair is slightly sculpted differently compared to other ones where you can move the hair back. We've got the kind of orb kind of thing keeping her hair, this little part up, but I really like the way that this is all kind of sculpted. It looks really kind of nice. You've got the kind of like the ruffles, the way that the hair would be normally with strands of it, but then here is completely like plain, and like it's all smooth. So I'm wondering if that's the way the character is, or if we see there's more kind of hair in it later. Well, kind of in the anime, should I say. As normal, we do a stress test to see what the figure's like. So first of all, the kind of boots move up normally. Let's hold it there. You can't really twist them, so it's like you can't twist it at all. Let's try it like that. No, it's like you can't. It's like very restricted, so it moves just one way, which is very kind of weird. I see. It's that sort of joint, so they're not really meant to kind of move, which is a shame. Knees bend normally. Again, that's very kind of, it feels very restricted on that one. Let's move the leg around, which is fine. Again, kind of fine. Let's move the hand around. Yep, hand goes round. Hand goes round, like so. Arm moves up and down. You can move it to some degree. Does bend like so. Same thing here. Bends there. The torso moves around normally. The head moves around like so. So you can turn it all the way around. Just be careful not to damage your figure, because if it snaps, then you don't want to waste a figure. It just seems very kind of problematic. So as I said before, the hair moves. Let's see how it moves. So it only goes up to a point. So you see on the back, you see a little bit more detail, which I kind of missed out. You see got the hole, and then that looks kind of cool there. So the hair moves kind of forward and back, but not that much. And I thought that you'd get more from it. So as normal, let's have a look at the different faces. Let's see if that's easy enough to come off. I think that's a lot easier compared to what we've had recently with some of the Figma stuff. Straight back on, clicks in. I do kind of like that face. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's quite funny. I don't know why, but I really like here. Just the way that she's like, "Whoa, no, that can't happen." Yeah, I think that's a really cool kind of looking face. So I kind of really wanted to try and look at the special effects as well as the kind of accessories. I have to admit, I think this is kind of really cool. I think that I see it in the anime. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think this is actually kind of awesome. It's not my favorite one, but they do look kind of different. It's easy enough to kind of adjust. So you basically just get the right hands. I hope I got the right hands. And that's all it is. It's just water coming out of a fan. I think that's really cool. So I've added a different face and I've added the fire effect. I really kind of like this. I really like the yellow leading into the kind of like the orange, and then you can kind of see through. I kind of really like her face as well. I'm really hoping you can add this to other Figmas. I think that would be really kind of cool. When you put it on her hand, it does engulf pretty much most of her arm, but I generally thought it's a really kind of nice touch for her. This is the next part with her staff, and one thing that really did annoy me was trying to get it into the hand. You actually have to kind of prise it open a little bit to actually fit it in there. And also the kind of staff, I noticed there was some paint kind of splattered on the kind of the staff itself, but you can change the top here. So you just basically pull that out, put this in like that, so it completely changes. Now I've not seen you use this in the anime yet, and possibly not even up to it, but it's an open flower. It looks kind of cool. I think it looks, yeah, it is cool. It's going to go straight back in the box and she's never going to have this again, but it generally looks kind of cool. It kind of adds to the figure a little bit. So literally just her holding it like that so she could attack with it. It does look really nice. I think it's a nice addition, but it is going to go straight back in the box. So there is Aqua. I've got to admit, she's a really nice figure. I generally thought that this was going to be a bit meh, but the only problems, the only stuff that I've ever had with her are pretty much like the kind of like painting on her hair, the kind of like stuff on her neck, as well as the kind of staff as well. But I really like this. I think that you can have a lot of fun with this character, especially with the three faces. You could easily just kind of put them in different positions, as well as kind of different scenarios. I think that as well. I think that's what kind of like adds to it. So I really kind of like this one. I think this is going to be an entire set that I complete, that I just go for, and you'd be like, do you know what? want to get them all, so I'm hoping all the characters come out. And it also makes me want to go watch the anime, so I'll possibly go and do that soon after I finish editing this review. So my question to you, Rangers, is what do you think about this? Do you like the figure? Do you not like the figure? Do you hate it? Do you love it? What are your thoughts? Would you collect it? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell to be notified that there are more videos coming. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.